Home assignment answers. Roman number 1. Answer the following. Question 1. Why didn't Subhash Chandra Bose dare to write directly to C.R. Das? Answer. Subhash Chandra Bose did not want to send his letter directly to C.R. Das as he was in government service and there was every chance of his letter being censored. Question 2. Through whom did Subhash Chandra Bose send his letter with to C.R. Das? Answer. Subhash Chandra Bose sends his letter to C.R. Das through a trusted friend. Question 3. Who should publish the booklets and to whom should it be distributed? Answer. The propaganda department should publish the booklets. The booklets should be distributed to every Indian to make them aware of the national problems. Roman number 2. Make sentences for the following. Trusted. My parents trusted and gave me the documents for safekeeping. Propaganda. Voters should listen to the facts and not to the propaganda distributed by the media. Home assignment answers. Roman number 3. Choose the correct pronoun given in the brackets. Question 1. We scored as many goals as dash. Them is the correct answer. Question 2. Between you and dash, he is trustworthy. Me is the correct answer. Question 3. The boy dash fell off his bicycle has hurt his leg. Who is the correct answer? Question 4. Seema is the maid dash I have employed. Whom is the correct answer? Question 5. She dash saw the snake on the floor. Herself is the correct answer. Children, the poem The Ant and the Cricket has been adapted from the Aesop's Fables. Aesop's Fables is a collection of fables written by Aesop, a slave and storyteller believed to have lived in ancient Greece between 620 and 564 BCE. What is a fable? A fable is a traditional story that teaches us a moral lesson. Usually, the characters in fables are animals. This poem also teaches us a very important moral lesson of being industrious. That means hardworking like an ant. It also teaches us that we should not be lazy like the cricket. Children, let us learn some new words, its meaning and how to use them in sentence. Accustomed means be used to. I am not accustomed to having breakfast in the morning. Complain means express dissatisfaction. The local authorities complained that they lacked resources. Famine means a shortage. Drought resulted in famine throughout the region. The Ant and the Cricket, adapted from Aesop's Fables. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm, sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Silly means foolish. Accustomed means be used to. Cupboard means used for storage. Complain means express dissatisfaction. Children, in the paragraph, there was a young, silly, foolish cricket who spent all his time singing in the warm summer and the spring months, not realizing that these months were also meant for work, because with the arrival of winter, finding food would become very difficult. Summer and spring are also meant for storing food. But the cricket spent all his time happily enjoying and singing, and now he finds that his cupboards are entirely empty without no food. Let us read together the paragraph, children. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Children, from the paragraph that we read, let me ask you a question. What did the cricket complain? Answer is, the cricket complained that there was no food in the cupboard. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground. Not a flower could he see. Not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? Crumb means small amount of food. Children, in this paragraph, the cricket realizes that the ground was covered with snow and there was not even a crumb of food to be found. Nor could he see any flowers or leaves on the trees. There was nothing to eat within the house or outside. He became worried, not knowing what to eat and how to survive. Children, let us read the paragraph together. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground. Not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? Children, from the paragraph that we read, let me ask you a question. Why was there no crumbs of bread or leaf or flour? The answer is, there were no crumbs of bread or leaf or flour because the ground was covered with snow as it was winter. At last, by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant to see if to keep him alive he would grant. Starvation means suffering or death caused by lack of food. Miserly means person who spends little money or hoards money. That is, he saves money, keeping money. Trembling means shaking due to anxiety. Children, in this paragraph, the cricket was starving because of famine, hunger, as there was no resources to sustain him during the cold months of winter. The winter had taken upon his health. Now he also had no shelter. So therefore, he decided to set out to meet the miserly ant, hoping that the ant may help him with something that could keep him alive. Let us read the paragraph, children, together. At last, by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant to see if to keep him alive he would grant. Children, from the paragraph that we read, let me ask you a question. Whom does the poet call as a miser? The answer is the poet calls the ant as the miser. Him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he'd repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. In this paragraph, some new words that we can understand the meanings are shelter, a place which provides food and accommodation for poor. Repay means pay back borrowed money. Mouthful means food that can be put in the mouth. Children, in this paragraph, the cricket approaches the ant to seek help for shelter, that is to stay somewhere. The rains has made it very difficult for the cricket to protect himself from the wet surroundings. It is dripping because it's raining. He also needed some grains or some food to combat hunger and starvation. He informed the ant that whatever help he would take, he would repay it back soon. Therefore, he has come for help to him. Otherwise, he would die of starvation. Let us read the paragraph together, children. Him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he'd repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. Children, from the paragraph that we read, let me ask you a small question. What did the cricket tell would happen to him if he did not get food and shelter? The cricket told that if he did not get food and shelter, he would die of starvation and sorrow. My heart was so light that I sang day and night. For all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say? Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter way. Children, here the cricket tells the ant that he was so happy during the months of summer and spring that he sang day and night. He was so happy that the nature looked so pleasant that he forgot all about winter and the difficult times. Hearing this, the ant told him that now he should go and spend the winter singing and dancing too. The ant tells that the cricket should have made use of this time to store food for winter. Let us read the paragraph together, children. My heart was so light that I sang day and night. For all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say? Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter way. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this a fable. I'll warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. Adapted from Aesop's Fables. Hastily means urgency. Fable means a short story. Warrant means assure. Children, in this paragraph, the ant gets irritated and asks the cricket to leave. It tells that those who do not wish to help themselves cannot be saved by others. The poet, in the final lines of the poem, tells his readers that though this tale is believed to be a fable, it is the truth. Poet calls this truth because what is true for a 4-legged cricket is also true for a 2-legged humans. Children, let us read the poem together. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this a fable. I'll warrant it true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. Children, from the paragraph that we read, I will ask you a question. What is the message the poet wants to tell its readers? The answer is, the poet tells its readers that though it is the fable, it is the truth. A relevant proverb would be, make hay while the sun shines, which means one should make the best use of the opportunity when it comes. We should work hard when we are young and energetic. If we waste our time in enjoying and remaining careless, we will have to suffer throughout the life. Rhyming words. Let us read some rhyming words from the poem, children. Found, ground. See, tree. Bold, cold. Ant, grant. Rain, grain. Borrow, sorrow. Friend, lend. Light, night. Gay, say. Wicket, cricket. Grammar, subject and predicate. Every sentence consists of 2 parts. Example, Ashok is an intelligent boy. In this sentence, we speak about Ashok, and what we say about him is that he is an intelligent boy. The name of the person or thing we speak about is called the subject. What we say about the subject is called the predicate. The subject and the predicate may each consist of a single word or of many words. For example, aeroplanes zoom. Aeroplanes is the subject, zoom is the predicate. How to find the subject of a sentence? We can easily find the subject of the sentence by taking the verb and asking the question who or what. For example, Sita sings well. Who sings well? Sita. So, Sita is the subject. The sun shines brightly. What shines brightly? Sun. Sun is the subject. Activity 1. Circle the subject and underline the predicate in the sentences given below. Question 1. Barking dogs seldom bite. Question 2. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Question 3. Some mischievous boys were throwing stones at birds. Question 4. The Himalayas are the highest mountains in the world. Question 5. Swimming is a good exercise. Question 6. My friend lives in Mumbai. Question 7. The men of this village are very hard working. Question 8. Prabha is fond of reading. Question 9. The sun rises in the east. Activity 1 answers. Circle the subject and underline the predicate in the sentences given below. Question 1. Barking dogs seldom bite. Barking dogs is the subject. Seldom bite is the predicate. Question 2. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. A thing is the subject. Of beauty is a joy forever is the predicate. Question 3. Some mischievous boys were throwing stones at birds. Some mischievous boys is the subject. Were throwing stones at birds is the predicate. Question 4. The Himalayas are the highest mountains in the world. The Himalayas is the subject. Are the highest mountains in the world is the predicate. Question 5. Swimming is a good exercise. Swimming is the subject. Is a good exercise is the predicate. Question 6. My friend lives in Mumbai. My friend is the subject. Lives in Mumbai is the predicate. Question 7. The men of this village are very hard working. The men is the subject. Of this village are very hard working is the predicate. Question 8. Prabha is fond of reading. Prabha is the subject. Is fond of reading is the predicate. Question 9. The sun rises in the east. The sun is the subject. Rises in the east is the predicate. Figures of speech. Personification. When humans' characteristics are given to animals or non-living things, it is called personification. Example. Began to complain when he found that at home His cupboard was empty and winter was come. Here the ant and the cricket, which are insects, are personified as human as they are talking and thinking like humans. The lines are from the lesson The Ant and the Cricket. You are free to flare and sizzle while I am stuck here in the orbit. The figure of speech is personification. Here, the comet and the moon are heavenly bodies in space, are personified as human as they are talking like humans. The lines are from the lesson The Comet and the Moon. Alliteration. Alliteration is a figure of speech in which the same sound repeats in a group of words. The repeating sound must occur in the first letter of each word. Examples: when the weather was warm, through the warm, sunny months of gay summer and spring. Cold doth not sting, the pretty birds do sing. Children, let us do an activity with alliterations. These are tongue twisters. You can read along with me as an activity. Read them slowly, then faster. You will enjoy them. Peter Piper. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers that Peter Piper picked? Betty Botter. Betty Botter bought a bit of butter, but she said, "This bit of butter's bitter, but a bit of better butter mixed with this butter might just make my bit of bitter butter better." So, Betty bought a bit of better butter to make her bitter butter better. Assignment Roman number 1. Answer the following. Question 1. What did the cricket do when the weather was good? Question 2. What was the cricket unhappy about? Question 3. How does the poet describe the cricket? Question 4. What advice was given by the ant? Question 5. Write a proverb which is relevant to the poem The Ant and the Cricket. Roman number 2. Circle the subject and underline the predicate in the sentences given below. Question 1. The little rat peeped out of the hole. Question 2. The long walk has made me very tired. Question 3. My sister went to school late. Question 4. One of my neighbors is a lawyer. Question 5. Prabha wrote a letter to Seema. Children, we have come to the end of this poem. We will meet in the next session with a new lesson. Till then, stay home and be safe.